can cry all you want, don't quit. People speak lies, people gossip. People switch up, people jump ship. You can cry all you want, don't quit. You can cry all you want, don't quit.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Cry But Don't Quit show. I'm your host, Miss India Miles, and I am an author of the handbook, Cry But Don't Quit. I'm a speaker, and I love inspiring women like you. I'm also a success coach, and you're gonna meet some of my most successful clients as we go forward on the show. But I have the distinct honor with you today to share with you my vision. We birthed it, baby, and it's all about you. It's all about empowering you, inspiring you to cry but don't quit. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring on my first guest, and her name is Miss Tee Wright. She's 47 years old. She is a mother of 2 sons, adult sons. So she is in that chapter of her life where she's living her best life. So y'all are getting to meet her in her full glory. She's also divorced, and she's known around DC and around the world as a style expert. On the rise. I mean, I love watching her on Instagram, just do her thing. It has been such an honor and a pleasure to meet her and to know her and to get to know her as a sister. And recently, her last project was her authoring a daily guided journal called 365 Days of Loving Yourself. So please help me welcome Miss Tee Wright.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
I'm so honored to be here.
Thank you for being here, girl. You are amazing. You helped me. I forgot to mention that you are my personal stylist. Like, this is all you, boo.
I mean, well, I have a great canvas. Look at you.
You
look amazing.
Thank you. You helped me feel amazing.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that.
Yeah.
So for those of us who don't know you, can you let us know, what's your story? How did this even come to be?
I took what women love the most, fashion, and what they needed more of, self-love, and I married the two. I started off as a fashion blogger, and I felt the need to give more. I felt the need to be more hands-on with women, and so that's how I transitioned into styling, and that was a fast transition for me. I felt like I needed to teach women how to give their voice through fashion, and to show the world who they were through their style. I have this fashion quote that I love, and it says, fashion style is a way to tell the world who you are without having to speak. And it speaks volumes to me because I found my voice through fashion, and I feel the need to give back to other women. I know what that journey was for me, and how lonely it was, and how much I felt like I needed other women. And so I wanted to be able to give that gift to other women. And so that's where I started.
Well, you've been a gift to me. Like, you truly have. I know you probably like, India's gassing me. I'm not. You've been a gift. It's not easy, I mean, especially after having a baby, to look and feel, the way that you want to look, because all sorts of new curves and bumps and lumps that wasn't there before are there now. And you have just been such an amazing resource and sister. So I failed to mention that Tee is the proud owner of a, it's a boutique, but it's also a brand. And it's all about us loving ourselves. And she just has such a gentle and genuine way of introducing us to her passion, to her love for fashion, but bigger than that. And that's what you can get from her book, 365 Days of Loving Yourself. It's really that I remember when you mentioned that to me, and she's a graduate of Cry But Don't Quit, the 6-week course. When I met you, you were like, India, I gotta do this. And I'm like, Tee, you gotta do this. Speak to that. Speak to really that pivotal moment where you just knew you could not go back to work another moment. And I was there when you quit.
At the time, I was working a 9-to-5, and I just knew it was my time. And I just needed this nudge and this push. And you were that nudge. You were that nudge. You kicked me out the door. And, I was afraid. It's scary. I was doing it during a pivotal time. Like COVID was just, I think it was like the beginning of COVID. And I decided that this was the time for me. I had so much to offer to other women, and I was doing myself, and most importantly, I was doing other women a disservice, staying in the job that I was in, because I wasn't living in my purpose, and I needed to do that.
And I kept telling you that.
And you kept telling me that.
I kept reminding you, like, T, this is your time.
Yeah.
You know, like when you can't avoid it anymore, when God just keeps waking you up about it and keeps annoying you about it, that's your calling.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be doing it. There's somebody's life that you get to change when you do that.
Yeah.
And I'm just so honored to be part of your journey, because this whole Cry But Don't Quit coaching aspect of it came about because of COVID. Because I became a mother, because, you know, somebody had to teach me that what I was doing already was coaching, and I had that in my blind spot, that I didn't want to be a coach like everybody else. How many of us say that? I don't want to be a stylist like everybody else. You're not like everybody else. You're Tee Wright.
Yeah, yeah.
Speak to that. Speak to your story. Like, you know, I know you shared with me that, you know, you were picked on for being fabulous, and, you know, slim, thick, you know, but speak to that. Like, how did that help you develop all of what you give to other women now?
You know, it took me a long time to see myself as beautiful, as acceptable. And, you know, it's hard for people to see that. But I was that kid who was skinny, you know, being teased about being skinny. And I've watched growing up the guys overlook me and pick the girls with the bodies. Right? So, you know, that does something to you on the inside. And for a long time, I walked around with this great personality, and I seemed so confident, but inside I felt so bad. And, you know, my self-esteem was shot. And something that I loved so much, I stayed away from, which was fashion, because I just felt like nobody wanted to see me. You know, I didn't think I had what people wanted to see. And although I knew I had this passion and this gift, I knew that fashion was my thing, I stayed away from it. And people may think, oh, but that's all you see when you see fashion. You see the skinny girls, but that's not what I saw in my community, and that's not what I saw in my life. So even though that's what you see in fashion, inside, I didn't feel good about myself. So that kept me away from that. And it was a long journey for me.
Yeah, I was going to ask you when that changed for you, but I remember that journey. Like, I know I caught the tail end of it. You had done a lot of that work. I want to know, and I'm sure you guys want to know, like, when did it change? I mean, you were, what, 47?
I'm 47.
When did that change? When did you stop caring and you started accepting, this is the body God gave me, this is the, you know, the calling that I have, I'm really good at it, you know, I'm learning it. I mean, even before I met you, you had all these professional pictures on your Instagram. If you guys are not already following her at Fashion at Miss T, I love it. I love the cups with, you know, the coffee with Miss T in the morning. I love it. And you're like doing the devotionals. I've developed an outward love for fashion because of you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you that. And what makes me emotional is that just every time I meet a woman that like sees herself, you know, really can see yourself the way God sees you, and just like, yo, why did I make this hard? It makes me emotional because I did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I know you guys think that I'm so confident that I got it all together, but I don't. And especially with this coaching thing, to be your coach and to tell you, hey, you got to pay me to be that nudge. You got to pay me to like yell at you about, no, quit your job, let's do it, and let's go full throttle with this. And you picked up the ball and ran with it. You were probably one of my easiest clients because you were ready. Oh my God, any coach out there knows what I'm talking about when it comes to being ready.
Yeah.
All right, but before I know we focused a lot on your business success, and like we're going to talk about some of the business accolades that you've had, but let's focus on life success, because what you get to understand about having and hiring a success coach is that it's not, I don't care that much about your business success. You're going to have that if you have your life in order, if you've got your self-esteem in order. The big three things that the whole Cry But Don't Quit program that you graduated from focuses on is confidence, being really clear about what it is that you want to do, and then having the courage to do it scared, do it alone, do it, you know, without any resources, no money, no job anymore.
Right.
You just went and did it.
I did it.
So when did that shift happen for you? I know it happened long before I did.
Yeah.
But when was the shift where you was like, I'm doing this?
Well, the shift for me started at, let's say this, it took me 40 years to love me.
That's real.
It took me 40 years to love myself. And the shift, and even when I met you, you know, I was still going through that. You know, I was unsure about my business career and, you know, what I wanted to do.
More importantly, how you were going to get paid.
How I was going to get paid, but
Right,
not, but
but
also if I was good enough to do that.
I understand.
You know,
I understand
if
how that
I
feels.
had what it took
Yeah.
to do that. You know, sometimes I still would doubt myself, who I am, and how can I jump out here and talk to other women about loving themselves if I still have those moments where I'm like checking myself and
I remember
looking
you mentioning
at
that.
myself in the mirror and say, okay, I'm not sure today, but we have those days, right? So, I mean, it's a journey. It's a journey that doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And I think you'll forever work on yourself, you know, especially with, you know, social media and things like that today. You know, I hear a lot of people say you have to get over that and you just have to X out that. It's not realistic. So, and this is why I do this, is because we have to do it together.
Yes.
We need other women to support us,
Yes.
you know, to
And be honest.
be honest.
That
be
you feel that
honest.
way too.
That you feel that
Yes,
way.
that's
We
what
all
this
have
whole
those
show is about.
moments.
Yep.
We all have those moments,
Yep.
you know, and it's okay.
And I want to commend you for your bravery.
Yeah.
Because that piece of what you're doing is healing women everywhere. I know you hear it all the time, but you're going to hear it again. That this whole loving yourself movement that you've created, I know that it was, you know, what you went through, you put it in your book. You did the devotionals first. You went through this journey first. Speak to that. Speak to where this 365 days of loving yourself guided, you know, journal came from, and then how we can get it.
Yeah, of course. I do a lot of writing. I write to myself all the time. Like whenever I'm feeling down, I write to myself. I write myself love letters all the time. You know, if I'm feeling bad about myself, I'll and now it's like on my phone. I have my journal, so I use my journal every day. And still, like if I'm out in the street, I'll just write, and I'm a writer, and it does something for the soul when you're able to get your feelings. I always tell women to honor your emotions, like, you know, accept those, and you know, it's healing. There's something about taking what's inside and put it on paper, and being able to go back and read those things and to see the growth. You know, 2 weeks ago, I was like feeling down on myself, and this week I'm like loving myself. So you know, it's healing.
Yes, it is.
It's
I'm
healing,
smiling because I use y'all as my paper. I just like, I heal out loud. I don't write it down. I'm just like, you know, whatever I'm going through 5 minutes ago, I speak it out loud. And I've learned that when, to your point, honoring how you feel, you know, that's it. That's why this gets to be a talk show. It's not just me coming on promoting. It's really about, let's actually have the dialogue, the stuff that they don't share, the behind the scenes stuff, the negative self-talk, the doubt, the lies, the stories we tell ourselves that stop us from walking in our purpose.
Yeah.
That's all this whole message is about. And, you know, seeing you, I don't know if you realize how bright you shine. Even through your posts. I mean, the colors you're wearing, the blonde in your hair, like I don't know if you get how bright your light is and how much of a joy. And then you go the extra mile and you do little small things that it's just Tee's flavor. Like it's just so awesome knowing that I know plenty of stylists, and it's not been that type of experience because it's not just about the clothes for you. What would you say to your younger self? If you could go back to that skinny, you know, I'm layering up my clothes so that they can see some booty.
I remember those days. I would wear 2 pair of pants literally to make myself look thicker. It was ridiculous when I think about it now. I'm like, why was I doing that? I would tell my younger self to kill the negative self-talk. And not only the negative self-talk, but the negative outside talk. Like, stop it.
Yes.
You know,
I agree.
You are beautiful. You are enough.
So tell us, how do we, you know, I know the devotional is for everybody, for young women, for adults. How do we get it?
It's for men too.
Oh, men
My
too.
21-year-old asked me the other day, he said he was walking around the house, he just was looking, and I'm like, what are you looking for? He's like, do you have any of those devotionals that you've been using? And I'm like, you want one? And he was like, yes. So I ordered him one.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can either order it from my website at www.ms-tee.com, or you can get it on Amazon. So it is on Amazon. If you go on Amazon, you can just plug in 365 Days of Loving Yourself.
Awesome. And guys, please support this queen and go get her book and use it. Like,
use it.
Write her, DM her, let her
yes.
know that it's working, and, you know, give her some feedback so that we know that it's impacting your life, your lives. I think, you know, besides the book, the booming business, you were just styling for like, I guess a TV show or talk show.
Oh, the Oscars.
The Oscars.
Yeah.
What?
There was an Oscars. I did a style segment with another stylist. She's the lead stylist on the set, and she covered the red carpet for the Oscars. So I did the behind the scenes styling for the models and for her.
Wow.
So that was a huge
Congratulations.
for me.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I just saw
it was a
y'all
great
like
opportunity.
gowns down.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Amazing.
So it was the local Channel 7 News in DC.
Wow.
They covered the Oscars red carpet.
Wow.
So that was great.
What are some other accolades? Like, what are some high moments of being
Oh
you?
my gosh. So one great high moment for me is I had the opportunity to style Jamie Foster Brown from Sister to Sister magazine.
Wow.
For the Urban One Awards. And that was just like my aha moment. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a stylist. I'm here. So that was a great accomplishment
That's awesome.
for me. Yeah,
Congratulations.
to be able to do
I'm
that.
so proud to know you. I am. I brag on you all the time, girl. I'm just like, y'all better use Tee. That's my sis. Like, I love it.
Well, listen, I brag on you because
Thank you.
if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Oh, wow.
Like, if it
That's
wasn't for
way
you,
too much. No, girl.
No, I'm telling you, I would not be in the space where I
All
am
I did
now.
was yell at you.
Exactly. I needed
yell
that.
at you.
I needed
Okay.
that. I
All
needed
right, I'll take it.
that mama nudge.
Hey, I've learned grace in my old age, so
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you
So
for
I
that.
attribute a lot of my success, my current success, to you.
Thank you. I appreciate
most
that.
definitely.
So when I think of your success now, and I got big goals, big, like everything gonna be big over here. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do it big, we doing it big, like we're doing it big. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself? Like really, like when like maybe the next 3 to 5 years, where do you see your career going? Where do you see your business going? Where do you see you going? Like, what's that look like?
Wow. Yeah. You know, I think about that sometimes. And you talk to me about this all the time. And I see myself on a bigger platform, like globally, talking to more women.
I think it's happening, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's happening, but even
No, go ahead.
you know, and then also you and I were talking about, have started this dress rental service. And so I am, I'm going to be the next rent the runway dress.
Okay.
So I see myself, doing some major things in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. And I believe that for you, because one thing I really appreciate about UT is that, or, about women like UT is that you don't like this. You do not. I had to beg her. She's working. She's like, India, I don't talk about myself. I don't like being in the spotlight. And that's why God always puts you right here. Yeah. Because, you can't shine behind somebody. Like right now, this should be uncomfortable. It should pull you out of your comfort zone. But because of your humility, you just changed somebody's life. Yeah. Because you said yes, because you sat here, because you shared your vision, somebody somewhere is like, I can do it too. So I really thank you for being here today. I thank you for gracing, us with this very first interview for the Cry But Don't Quit show. And I just wish you much success, Tee. I really do. As a sister, I'm rooting for you. Even if we don't talk every day, I'm like, yes, every time I see you post.
I know that.
So please let us know how all platforms, how we can stay in touch with you. And, let's y'all make sure y'all stay in touch with this queen.
Sure. So once again, my website is www.ms-tee.com. You can find me on Instagram at fashionatmstee, and I am on Facebook as Tee Wright.
Thank you. Thank you,
You're
Tee.
welcome.
I appreciate
Thank you.
So, guys, this is what the Cry But Don't Quit show is all about. It's about real conversations. It's about sisterhood. It's about celebrating already empowered Black women. I've had the privilege for the last year to build out such a powerful community around this message of cry, but don't quit. Every day in our free Facebook group, I'm coaching, I'm supporting, I'm hitting you real with the realness that I use on myself. That even if you get the handbook, which is free, by the way, at crybutdon'tquit.com, or you're just in the Facebook group, every single day, you're gonna hear something from me, real talk. All the Ebonics, all of the Buckingham County, in me, all of it. I don't care about appearances as much as it may appear. What's more important to me is that this message of Cry But Don't Quit is changing lives. that it's impacting lives. And it's saying to the women that do it all for everybody else that there is a space for you to have success, to have it all, and to have sisterhood. You don't have to do it alone anymore. So we create community. The program that Tee and that others that you'll meet on this show have gone through, it's all about community. It's all about getting you out of that lone rangering, mindset that you're all you got. And as an added bonus, it's all faith-based. I let the Holy Spirit lead every single thing I say to anyone and everyone that feels led to join this community. So thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope to catch you next time. Take care.
And you were made for it. Write it in a book, make them pay for it.